Today our topic is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Let's start by thinking about what knowledge and wisdom really mean. Knowledge is something we gain from learning, reading, studying, or experiencing. It's about facts, information, and skills. For example, if you know how to drive a car, that's knowledge. If you know the capital of a country or how to solve a math problem, that's also knowledge. Knowledge is important because it helps us understand the world, do our jobs, and make decisions. But knowledge alone is not enough. Wisdom is different. Wisdom is about how we use that knowledge. It's about understanding life, people, and situations deeply. Wisdom helps us make good choices, be kind, and live a meaningful life. A person can have a lot of knowledge but still lack wisdom. For example, someone might know a lot about science or history, but not know how to handle a difficult situation or treat others with kindness. Wisdom is what helps us apply our knowledge in the right way. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people. The first person has read many books about relationships and knows a lot of theories about love and communication. But when they face a real problem in their relationship, they don't know how to solve it. They might say the wrong things or act in a way that makes things worse. The second person might not have read as many books, but they have lived through many experiences. They know how to listen, how to be patient, and how to forgive. They understand that relationships are not just about being right, but about being kind and understanding. The second person has wisdom. They know how to use what they have learned in life to make good decisions. This is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is about knowing things. Wisdom is about knowing how to live. Now let's think about how we can gain wisdom. Wisdom doesn't come from books or schools alone. It comes from living life, facing challenges, and learning from our mistakes. It's about reflecting on our experiences and understanding what really matters. For example, when something goes wrong, instead of just feeling angry or sad, a wise person will think about what they can learn from the situation. They will ask themselves, what can I do differently next time? Or how can I grow from this? This is how wisdom grows. It's not something you can learn overnight. It takes time, patience, and effort. Another important part of wisdom is understanding that we don't know everything. A wise person knows that there is always more to learn. They are humble and open-minded. They listen to others and are willing to change their opinions if they are wrong. On the other hand, a person who thinks they know everything is not wise. They might have a lot of knowledge, but they lack the humility to see that they still have much to learn. This is why wisdom is often connected to humility. It's about knowing your limits and being open to growth. Wisdom is also about seeing the bigger picture. When we face problems, it's easy to get stuck in the details and forget what really matters. A wise person can step back and see the situation from a broader perspective. They understand that life is not just about one moment or one problem. It's about the journey and the lessons we learn along the way. For example, if you lose your job, it might feel like the end of the world. But a wise person will see it as an opportunity to grow, to try something new, or to find a better path. They know that life is full of ups and downs, and what matters is how we handle them. Now, let's talk about how we can apply wisdom in our daily lives. One way is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness means being present in the moment and paying attention to what is happening around us. It helps us see things more clearly and make better decisions. For example, if you're feeling angry, instead of reacting right away, take a moment to breathe and think about why you're feeling this way. What is the real problem? How can you solve it without hurting yourself or others? This is wisdom in action. It's about being calm and thoughtful instead of impulsive. Another way to practice wisdom is by being kind and compassionate. Wisdom teaches us that everyone is fighting their own battles. When someone is rude or mean, instead of getting angry, try to understand why they are acting that way. Maybe they are going through a hard time. Maybe they are hurting. A wise person knows that kindness can change someone's day or even their life. It's not about being weak. It's about being strong enough to choose kindness over anger. Wisdom also means accepting what we cannot change. Life is full of things we can't control. We can't control the weather, other people's actions, or many of the challenges we face. But we can control how we respond to them. A wise person knows that worrying about things they can't change is a waste of energy. Instead, they focus on what they can do. They take action where they can, and let go of what they can't control. This is a key lesson from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us to focus on what is within our control and accept what is not. Stoicism also teaches us to be grateful for what we have. A wise person knows that happiness doesn't come from having more things or achieving more success. It comes from appreciating what we already have. When we focus on what we lack, we feel unhappy. But when we focus on what we have, we feel content. This doesn't mean we shouldn't have goals or dreams. It means we should enjoy the journey and be grateful for the small things along the way. For example, instead of always wanting a bigger house or a better job, a wise person will appreciate the home they have and the work they do. They know that true happiness comes from within, not from external things. Finally, wisdom is about living a meaningful life, about knowing what really matters to you and aligning your actions with your values. A wise person doesn't just follow the crowd or do what others expect of them. They think about what they want from life and what kind of person they want to be. They set goals that are meaningful to them and take steps to achieve them. They also know that life is not just about achieving goals, but about enjoying the process and growing as a person. In conclusion, knowledge and wisdom are both important, but they are not the same. Knowledge is about knowing facts and information, while wisdom is about knowing how to live a good life. Wisdom comes from experience, reflection, and understanding. It's about being humble, kind, and mindful. It's about seeing the bigger picture and accepting what we cannot change. It's about living a meaningful life and being grateful for what we have. So, as you go through life, remember to seek not just knowledge but also wisdom. Learn from your experiences, be open to growth, and always strive to be the best version of yourself. This is the path to a happy and fulfilling life.